YouTube, how the heck are you doing? This is Corey here with Watcher of Realms. Now, I've been noticing a lot of people how are starting to kind of get interested in Guild v Guild, so I just want to take a second and slow it down and just explain what truly is Guild v Guild. Why do so many people play it, or at least engage in this game mode? And then also, how do you specifically improve? Because I know there's a lot of information just everywhere. There's a lot of stuff, lots of videos, a lot of amazing content creators have talked about it. That's pretty much the most that I talk about when it comes to this game. So let's just explain it so that you can feel a little bit more comfortable. So one of the things, right? Silas. You're going to see Silas in a lot of different, I'll use the term elos, but a lot of different rankings. He is oppressive, but there's ways around him, right? So we'll go ahead and kind of explain this super quickly. I want to give you a brief synopsis. So first things first, which is honestly the most important thing, I think BP is more important than demon soldiers, at least in my personal opinion, right? If you're having 125 Uridan versus a 60k Uridan, but you have level 5 Necros versus level 2, the BP is probably going to give you a better indication as to how well you're going to do, right? So let's just go through it. I want to do this really quickly, really quickly. So when it comes to fighters, and then actually let's just kind of go through all the classes, right? It'll be easier that way. Fighters, artifact that you want to use, Wailing Skull. If you're not using Wailing Skull, it better be their exclusive artifact, but you want to use Wailing Skull. Defenders, you're never going to use a defender for BP, but for actual defense, Bastion Ring. Bastion Ring every single time. Doesn't matter unless you're using Astral Obelisk, but that's a little bit tricky. Or even if you're using the Regal Crest, but that's also very tricky as well. Just Bastion Ring. Piercers, Marksman, Spirit Siphon. Spirit Siphon. Don't even think about it, just Spirit Siphon, right? When it comes to mages, Tear of Twilight. Tear of Twilight. When it comes to supports, you never really use supports for BP. Typically, you want to go ahead and use, what is it called? What is the support artifact called? Let me look. Golden Scarab. You want to use Golden Scarab. Those are the artifacts. Simple. I don't need to go ahead and expound on it too much. That's that. Now, when it comes to the actual gear, I'm going to give you a very, very, very summative version of a BP increase, right? So, Wicked Vengeance is the best right now when it comes to giving you overall BP. So you want to go ahead and use Wicked Vengeance if you have an exclusive artifact. So in this case, I have a Uridan, I have my exclusive artifact. Every single hero that has an exclusive artifact, if you have the ability to complete a Wicked Vengeance set with them, use their exclusive artifact every single time, please. You'll have a much, much, much higher BP increase by doing that. The next thing, right? Complete your Wicked Vengeance set. If you're using a exclusive artifact, or not artifact, exclusive piece of gear for your right side, which also gives you the most BP, right? Exclusive artifacts, just think, if you're using an exclusive, probably going to give you higher BP. If you're using an exclusive artifact, you can run a broken set. Period, point blank. The exclusive artifact will just give you so much of an increase that you can break your set and benefit. The only set that matters in terms of it being a full set is Azel's Wrath. Azel's Wrath as a set will give you the highest BP. However, if you're using an exclusive piece of gear, throw that out the window. It doesn't even matter because the exclusive piece of gear is giving you so much BP, it literally doesn't matter. You can break the set and benefit. Period, point blank. That's just how it works. Exclusive gear is king. Just remember that. Exclusive gear, left side, right side, if it's good stats, it is king because you can equip it, at least for the right side, break the set and benefit. For the left side, Wicked Vengeance, just complete it, right? Artifacts, just went through it. That is the most brief summary way that I can go ahead and give you how to increase your BP without it being a 30-minute video. That's the first thing. The second thing, right? Demon soldiers. I apologize, my demon soldiers suck in terms of their level. I get that, right? But basically, demon soldiers are super important. You want to just farm as much as you can. Just try to farm your demon soldiers. If you're not engaging in artifact material raid to get some exclusive artifacts, just run your gear raids as much as you can, and you'll actually benefit from that process. You will go ahead and see your demons increase. If you need to go ahead and use seed farming tactics, there's a video on that. Basically, just to summarize it, go ahead and run 10, like queue up 500 if you have the ability to, or queue up the max amount of runs that you can do. After 10 runs, you want to see, did a demon soldier drop, and was it the only non-piece of gear drop? If it was the only non-piece of gear drop, let your runs continue. Congrats, you're on a demon soldier seed. If anything showed up before the demon soldier, don't run it. End the run, reset, and push on forward until you go ahead and get a 10 run where the only main drop is the demon soldier, right? That's how you go ahead and farm for your demon soldiers. Don't forget, there is also a piece of content that's in this game which has really just gone by the wayside. It's the Demonic Crusades. Go ahead and complete them if you haven't already. This will give you some demon soldiers. This has been said as coming soon for like a year at this point. I haven't seen anything about it. But go ahead, complete that. It'll give you demon soldiers. It's helpful. I think I got my full from it, actually. I think I just got like a full. I must have been lucky because I haven't heard anybody get that so far, or many people get that. So just go ahead and complete the Demon Fortresses if you haven't already. Now, when it comes to actual guild v guild battles, I strongly advise you to find a guild or just find some friends or whoever that is happy to go ahead and set defenses for you. Now, right now we're kind of attacking Smash Pandas, which is awesome, right? Shout out Jake Smash and all of them. But basically, just go ahead and start experimenting with teams, right? Start kind of seeing, oh, what's a good team composition? I'm just going to go ahead and open up. Let me open up this one. It doesn't really matter as much, right? But basically, how a good team comp is built is very much similar to this. You need a tank. You need a healer. Preferably the Holy Trinity as of right now when it comes to healers is Carnelian. Okay, I'm going to go in order. Lily, I don't care. Lily's the best. Lily, Carnelian, Ezreal. Those are the three best as of right now. And Ezreal is a distant third when compared to Lily and Carnelian. Distant third. Reason being is Lily and Carnelian have revives. Ezreal has a pseudo revive. So that's why he is in the third spot. To build a good team, you need ideally some source of magic damage, right? You don't want to just go ahead and do a mono attack type. It just doesn't work. It usually just doesn't work. So you need a magic damage unit. You need a tank. You need some form of CC. And obviously you need a good healer. And in theory, you can go ahead and have like a really good physical damage unit. That's fine as well. It doesn't really matter as much. The physical damage unit doesn't matter as much, but it's definitely nice to have, right? So obviously for these Ingra teams, I'll just go through it. I have the Ezreal. I have the Brokir, who provides CC. The Reef provides CC. The Praetus provides a substantial amount of magic damage and basically true damage. Then Ingrid does the same, right? That's one setup. Now, right now, there's also a little bit of a meta change where you have these Piercer teams. So I'll just kind of go through it because it kind of follows the same rationale, right? So Torador has a stun. I has freeze. Eloin, even though typically she's not used in Guild v Guild, she's kind of seen a resurgence as of right now of me recording this because of her rage regen. So she gives something to the team overall, which is beneficial. So right now we already have CC, healing. Then we have damage, right? Silas and Yovar. So physical damage. That's the team. But however, right, Silas is a little bit of a Difference because Silence goes ahead and does defense. He ignores defense whenever he's ulting, so it doesn't even matter as much, right? So that's one of the ways to just go ahead and build your teams. I would say every single team that you try to build, try to incorporate Lily or Ezreal, Carnelian, and if you don't have those three, then consider potentially using a Hollow, using an Eloin, even using a Furcy can be beneficial. Using inspiration units like Dolores, at least right now in the current Dolores or Diao Chan in the current format, does not work. So don't waste your time with it. I know it sounds good because you're getting that additional damage buff, but you really want healing. Healing is the more focal or the biggest focal point when it comes to actual Gil video content. So that's kind of one of those things that needs to be addressed, just how to build a team. Another thing is you want to very much consider, right? And you can't necessarily do this immediately, but just think for a second, right? Whenever you're attacking a person, right? Let's say like I was to attack one of these people right now. Let me go ahead and pull up one of their teams. Okay, this team, right? So I actually attacked this team and lost to it. But go ahead and review how the attacks went. Just take a second. How did your teammates do? Did they win? Did they lose? Why? Right? Because one of the biggest things with Guild v Guild, and I'm not going to showcase like any of our attacks right now, right? But one of the biggest things with Guild v Guild is your timings. If you go ahead and time something incorrectly, you tend to lose. Guild v Guild is very unforgiving in that way. It just is very unforgiving, right? Especially because there's a lot of RNG that's cooked into the game. For example, I can just kind of showcase it in very two blatantly obvious ways. Valdron, 25% chance to trigger Chaotic Annihilation, which is his AoE hit. That's random, right? But it also increases to about 50% when he's lower HP. So you can run 50 times and he doesn't do it. You can run 50 times and he does do it. That's RNG baked into the game. Brokir is similar with his A1, I believe. Or is it his A2? Which one is it? Or is it one of his skills? Here it is. It is one of his skills. Receiving damage has a 15% chance to inflict freeze on two enemies. 15%. So think about it, right? As you play the game, there's RNG that's baked into it. Sometimes you just get a bad run. And I can't tell you how many times I've literally had situations where Brokir has frozen me like 8 times in a row. Makes no sense, but he'll just freeze me 8 times in a row. I lose. It's okay. That's just part of how the game functions, right? So I don't want you to, if you're playing it, get discouraged or disheartened if you go ahead and you just get absolutely boo-bopped up and you didn't even have a chance. It literally just happens. So with that, right, just take your time with playing Guild v Guild. It's frustrating, trust me, but the rewards do add up over time. Whenever you're going ahead and getting some success, getting some wins, you will go ahead and just benefit from the game mode. Just take your time, think about it, increase your BP by just taking a second and going through the gear that you have. Honestly, it's not even a bad idea to just go ahead and quick equip and then just take a second and see, okay, if I go ahead and filter for, first things first, right, you want to see if you have any exclusive gear for your unit. Oh my gosh, I'm literally trolling. There we go. Let's see, filter, exclusive gear. There we go. This is going to give me an increase, right? And now I can break my set. And from there on, you get to just go ahead and increase your BP overall, right? This is going to be an increase. This is going to be an increase. Like, just go ahead and do that process and you will come out with higher BP, right? Just by facts, you will come out with higher BP. And once you have decent BP, you can have decent results with attacking. And by attacking more, you'll have more success. It's just one of those things. You just got to keep chipping away at it, and eventually, you'll be really good. That's just my advice to you. See ya.